Hey y'all. Alright, so today's objective is transformations. And it's just going to be a short introduction video, a few notes that you need to take, and then we're going to do some investigations in class and work with these in class. So, your vocabulary. A transformation is when a figure changes size or position. A pre-image is the original figure. So pre-image is like the original, and it looks like this, like triangle ABC. After you transform it, it's the image, the resulting figure. And we denote that with these little apostrophes, and we call them prime. So it looks like this. ABC then turns into A prime, B prime, C prime. And that's what you call this little apostrophe. That's how you know if it's the image or the pre-image, is it has that little apostrophe. All right? There are 4 types of transformations that we're going to deal with. 4 types. The same 3 I'm thinking that you did, never mind. Translation is a slide, and it's a rigid transformation, which also means congruent. So if we hear the word rigid transformation, congruent. It also sometimes is called an isometry. But that is going to be very infrequently you're going to hear it called isometry. Most of the time it's going to be referred to as a rigid transformation. A reflection is a flip, and it's also a rigid transformation. That means it's congruent. The size doesn't change, it just changes position. A rotation is a turn, and that's also a rigid transformation. And a dilation is an enlargement or reduces it, and that is a similar figure. And
Miss Grant, call 114. Miss Grant, call 114.
A dilation either enlarges it or reduces it, and therefore it's not congruent, it's just similar. Alright, so first let's go over a few transformations. A transformation can move a figure up and down, and that affects the y value, or it can move left and right, and that affects the x value. So make sure you know that. And then here it's written algebraically. If you have a point, xy, and you're going to translate it, then you're going to translate it by doing x plus a or y plus b, depending on what a and b are. So this a tells you to go left or right, and b would tell you to go up or down. So here's some examples. Let's say you have a, b, and c, and you have points. Your translation is -5, 3. So this would be your a and your b. That means we're going to follow this rule. So we would add 1 plus -5, and we get -4. 2 plus 3, and we get 5. 2 plus -5, and that gives us -3. 4 plus 3, and that gives us 7. -1 plus -5 is -6. 5 plus 3 is 8. So all I've done is I've translated the point and given A prime, B prime, and C prime for the transformation. Here's another example. Here are your pre-image, x, y, and z. And here's your translation, 2, -1. This is your A, and this is your B. So that means you add. -2 plus 2 is 0. -2 plus -1 is -3. -1 plus 2 is 1. -5 plus -1 is -6. -5 plus 2 is -3. 6 plus -1 is 5. So that is how you would do a transformation. This is how it's written algebraically. We're also going to practice graphing transformations in class. This is supposed to say translation. Cross that out or erase that. I'm so sorry. I'm finding it now in the video. That is supposed to be translation, the slide. Whoops. Alright, so now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about dilations. Dilations make it bigger or smaller. And a dilation, algebraically, it's written like this. For a point xy on the coordinate plane, the scale factor, we're just going to call it a. Whatever the scale factor is, you multiply by the coordinates. So it would be a times x and a times y. So the scale factor, you multiply. So here's an example. If you have a, just a point, 2, 4, if the scale factor is 4, then you would multiply. 2 times 4 is 8, and 4 times 4 is 16, and now you have your image, A prime. Let's say your pre-image is A at 2, 4, and the scale factor is 1/2. Then, since it's half, it's going to get smaller. Anything less than 1 is going to make it smaller because you're taking a fraction of it. 2 times 1/2 is 1. 4 times 1/2 is 2. And that is your A prime. All right, so here's another example. Even if you have negatives, you do it the same way. Here are negative points. If the scale factor is 2, that means it doubles. So it becomes B prime is negative 12, 18. If the scale factor is a third, that means it's going to get smaller. Negative 6, 9, then becomes negative 2 and 3. So here's a U try. All right, here is your pre-image A, B, and C. And I want you to find A prime, B prime, and C prime with the scale factor of 3. So using this, you're going to multiply it. I just want you to find A prime, B prime, and C prime with the scale factor of 3, and we'll go over this later.